decided to go live today. I gotta make sure all this stuff is put up correctly. I wasn't even gonna do no live stream today. I'm just getting back, guys. I gotta clean up my lab and stuff before I actually start like live streaming and stuff. We got Surge in here. What up, Surge? Looking grim. You think it's looking grim? Double D's. I don't know. I don't trust this dip like this. I'm a little bit more bullish. I'm a little bit more bullish than most, but you know the global M2 is still sending positive vibes, right? Global M2 indicates a bullish 2 month ahead for BTC. I think the problem is a lot of people are anticipating that BTC does this double top here. This week is pivotal, right? Because we did break above our white line, which I call the white line of resistance, right? And a lot of people, even myself, I assumed that we would go into price discovery, right? And now we're printing this red engulfing candle here on the weekly. So a lot of people are looking at it as a potential double top, right? Will we get a double top, maybe a correction to 93 here? We got some support here around what's this, the 21-day EMA. We also got support at the 50-day EMA, but as long as we are ahead, or above the 50-day and 200-day, technically we are bullish. We are staring at that stock RSI cross here, as well as a little bit of selling pressure coming in. So just paying attention to that. Like I said, no reason to get heavy and emotional about crypto right now. I think there's some macro winds going on. One day the tariffs are active, the next day they want to turn the tariffs off. Then they want to turn the tariffs off again. In fact, one of my guys, salute to Crypto Mike and the J5 Council. Actually, let me actually pull it up here. You guys probably won't be able to see it because I got a screen on. But he told me to ask you guys, right? What did he say? Let's go here to the J5 Council here. And there's some good plays, man. There's a lot of altcoins that look really, really, really good. Okay, this is what Crypto Mike said. He says Trump talks and tweets, the market dumps. Trump doesn't talk and the market stabilizes, right? So yeah, I think there's a lot of people are overreacting. Well, I wouldn't say it's overreaction, right? We are headed into all-time highs again, right? And you know, if this cools off, people anticipating that altcoins will cool off. I disagree. I think if Bitcoin cools off and we get some type of cooling on the Bitcoin dominance, I think that this is actually an opportunity for altcoins to kind of decouple for the next couple of weeks, maybe the first week of June or the second week of June, before we see a full market correction. Because I think what the market is working to do is working to price in now a pause for June and July, right? If we just look here, it doesn't look like the market likes the fact that the Fed is not prepared to cut yet. And Trump said himself, he said he had a face-to-face with Powell, saying that, hey, this is wrong, bro. He doesn't appreciate, you know, how he's handling he doesn't appreciate how he's handling this on the restrictive policy, right? June, we're looking at a 97% chance of a pause. July, we're looking at another 75% chance of a pause. And I think most people in crypto, like regular people, they kind of like tapping out. They have their bags in crypto, but it's not like they're keeping up with it like they were. I think a lot of people, kind of got turned off retail, right? Because they don't have the time to sit there at 16 hours a day in the pump fund, or should I say the trenches, and they don't have 16 hours a day to sit in front of the trenches. And if you don't have 16 hours a day to like stare at the screen and make sure you can buy or sell when needed, then most likely there's a 90% chance that you get your Solana extracted. So we've seen a lot of people trying to live that type of life, but just don't have the time getting their portfolio extracted in the trenches. So very, very, very quiet from the retail front, but there is a lot of stuff going on, specifically with the payment DeFi narrative, RWA, and global remittance. So I talked about this in a video yesterday, and I'm very, very excited because there are some short-term plays that can award us some opportunity within that narrative. But I get it. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Exhausted. There's a lot of people exhausted, right? They're just like, Millie, we get them altcoins that pump here and there, and it's like if you're not holding that altcoin, it is what it is, right? And I think right now the altcoin that everybody is kind of watching and paying attention to and has the spotlight is ZBCN sitting at 2068, right? And I'm seeing a lot. It's crazy because my script here called the local bottom, and then this thing just exploded, right? It just exploded. Good thing I was able to get right around these moving averages. So I personally waited for confirmation of Zebek to actually hop in. And like I said, I don't have a bag to where I'm just talking about this to pump my bag. I generally know a lot of the community who follow my channel own this token. So I just felt like it made sense to me start talking about it. Yeah, it gets a lot of views, so it's cool. It's cool. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, I'm talking about it because I'm trying to pump my bag. No, it's hype right now. It has a lot of popularity, and it's just something that that everybody has their eye on. I think the hype is coming from TikTok because a lot of people are calling ZBCN the next XRP. And I get it, like, and I don't know if the partnership is set in stone yet. In fact, there's been some FUD about the scientific card as well. Well, and I don't want to really get into that, right? I've been looking into the science and the FUD behind it. A lot of people say, hey, it's not compliant, but that's neither here nor there. Regardless, ZBCN has a lot of really, really good partnerships, and it's disrupting a really, really, really niche market when you look at the point of sale market and also global remittance. Right? This project is designed to help that market save billions on fees. And then when you look at if you ever worked a 9 to 5 or even a salary job or been a I've been a GM and things like that with different stores, then you understand the ADP app. So in ZBCN is also disrupting the payroll market. So that's a lot of money, those two markets, global remittance and payroll. That's huge market, right? And we're not even talking about the trillions of dollars that will be floating around in the RWA sector. But I think the reason, right, from a psychological standpoint, I think the reason that a lot of people are buying this is the same fucking reason people bought Shiba Inu and all of and Jasmy when it was hyped and stuff. It's under a penny. It has a very, very good utility and use case, but an even massive delusional community. And I'm saying delusional as a good thing, right? You want a token with this type of utility and use case, you want the community to be delusional as fuck. This is positive, right? Because this creates hate rallies, right? And now there's people coming out saying this and that, and there's people actually supporting this as well. But if you do a little research on the niche, like I said, POS, you can literally go walk into your fucking gas station across the street and you'll see a POS machine right there, right there, point of sale. So it is, and I think they just struck another deal where they just got like 100,000 of these devices that they plan on putting in across the world, including universities. That was the big thing about the scientific card. So guys, take a deep dive into why ZBCN is pumping, but a lot of people are now calling this the next XRP because of the global remittance narrative. XRP is sitting here at a $129 billion market cap. So that's why this is getting a lot of looks. But if you were paying attention to the video that I made yesterday, like I said, the POS market is, from an investment standpoint, and of course not financial advice, the rating is 8 out of 10. So if we're looking at what niche, what narrative you need to be invested in for the next 2 to 5 years, I put this in my model and it came back a 8 out of 10 as far as investment rating. So this is definitely a market that could pick up massive liquidity, guys. Massive liquidity, right? You got 3 POIs here, which is the hardware terminals, software solutions, cloud-based systems. And we know all of this can in some way connect to AI, right? So the POS just that market alone, and that's just 50% of what ZBCN has to offer as far as niche and utility. But this market alone, right, has huge growth projections, huge growth projections, right? And we already know that the RWA narrative is bridging the 500 plus trillion traditional assets markets with DeFi, right? We're talking about real estate, commodities, financial instruments, intellectual property, and infrastructure. Like I said, I did a deep dive exclusively for Patreon. So guys, if you want to know the Patreon exclusive research report that I did on the global remittance, and how these projects are disrupting, and there's a few of them, right? Disrupting this narrative. You got ACH, which again hasn't even had its pump yet. You got Velo, which I've seen you guys talk about this for at least 2 years in the comments. And then we got Zebek. So for the people that's on the sidelines, it's like, Millie, I don't really want to buy Zebek right now because it's pumping. I don't want to get caught into that. I'd rather wait for a correction. There are some beta plays and even some smaller market cap ones, but these are the ones that are listed on exchanges that are easily and accessible, and they're not over $1 billion market cap. So if Zebek starts to continues to pump and maybe starts this depend payment DeFi narrative, then you gotta think the Kobe Bryants and the goddamn whatever the Anthony Edwards, right? The Kobe Bryants and the Anthony Edwards are going to start to get a little bit of that liquidity. But there's no denying that when you look at the current landscape of this narrative, that Zebek is acting as the Michael Jordan of this narrative specifically now, right? And I'm not going to talk about XRP and XLM because I know many people would argue those as well, and those do actually fit into this narrative, but those are well over billions of dollars. I want to be able to bring some to you guys that has a little bit more smaller market cap, a little bit more risk but higher potential. The thing about that is you don't have to per se specifically focus on ZBCN. So if anybody, and again, Zebek community, don't get upset or about anything that I'm saying, right? I don't want anybody to see me talking about a token and assume like, oh, Millie's trying to join a community. No, right? I'm talking about something that everybody seems to be interested in, people want to know about, right? Zebek network, depend in education, tokenized student loans, research, IP, and academic real estate, 800 billion addressable market. Some money to be made. Alchemy Pay, 173 country infrastructure, perfect for RWA settlement. They have Alchemy Chain coming in 2026, which is an RWA highway system. And then you got Velo, which is a little bit more specific of where their focus is, which is the Southeast Asian focus. Agriculture, RWA property tokens, and energy credits for over 600 million plus people. And when I did my research and compared these tokens, Zebek here did come out as the highest rated investment opportunity within the narrative, right? So it out, from a fundamental standpoint, it has better ratings than Alchemy Pay and Velo. So even though Zebek is the one that's really, really pumping, it's a reason that it's pumping. And in my methodology behind this was market cap, trading value, price performance, partnership quality, team expertise, and innovation. We really, really, really looked into everything about these three projects within this narrative. And it's crazy because Zebek Network came back as the best option, right? It got rated a 9. So again, emerging narrative, global remittance, DeFi payments, POS, right? And these are some of the projects, if you wanted to fade and find a beta project, these are the ones that, in my opinion, stand up best against Zebek. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm saying, like, I went over everything as far as comparing these three tokens within this narrative. It's the evaluation criteria from partnerships, use case, team, market cap growth, and even token utility. And you can see how strong Zebek scored within these this analysis. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But I think this is emerging narrative. I really, and I would also start looking for some mid caps that are doing the same thing. And of course, be cautious because in the RWA narrative, I don't really like to mess with anything under a $20 million market cap. I think you really have to have liquidity if you're going to play around and build platforms and tech for this type of narrative, but there are some emerging mid caps, and you want to know more about those, just go watch the video that I made yesterday. So with the global M2 exploding and people anticipating that there are 2 months left of upward momentum from Bitcoin, you have to assume that we should see some altcoins kind of like pop up out of nowhere. I think it was White Rock yesterday, another RWA token that was able to get a partnership with with Saudi Arabia in the oil industry. So that's huge. And then Zebek here, in their acquisition of Science Card, right? So bridging DeSci education and next gen payments. And I also posted on my X a few decentralized science plays that I'm really, really, really interested in. I would recommend anybody who's into Zebek to go check out the Science Card. Now, for the let's see here for the Jasmy family. Let's get into some Jasmy. Let's look at Jasmy because we need to look at Jasmy and ETH and kind of go over things. Right? I don't want the Jasmy family to feel like it's left out, but we got to acknowledge that ZBCN does have the spotlight right now, right? And that's what people want to hear. So, as an influencer, I got to talk about what's hot in the market, right? Not jumping on any bandwagons, though. I think that it's a really, really solid project, but I also think that there's opportunities within that narrative if you don't want to just buy into a heavy green candle and things like that. Doesn't mean Zebek won't go to 1 penny or whatever y'all think it will go to. Not saying it won't. Jasmy on the other side, I would say, lacking a little bit of strength, really got stuck here at these moving averages on the weekly, the 21-day and the 50-day. And now we just got a stock RSI cross to the downside and a little bit of distribution here on the momentum. So would pay, we want to see Jasmy bounce, right? We want to see Jasmy bounce, but I think this bounce will be depicted upon what we've seen from ETH, because there is no catalyst left for Jasmy. When a lot of these projects, they kind of like, they run out of catalysts, right? You can only have so many catalysts, right? So hopefully they didn't air out the the pistol, but right now we really need ETH to bounce. But again, ETH is looking a little bit weak. You got these three. This is the weekly chart, by the way. You got 3 wick candles at the top, which is it wouldn't have been as bearish if it was just 2, because we got 2 at the bottom. But the fact that the third one here is at the top again, it shows you how much resistance is sitting here at the 50-day moving average for Ethereum. And if the ETH doesn't get above the 50-day moving average, it's going to be pretty tough to see a lot of altcoins start performing. So one would have to ask, right? We got to ask ourselves, what is going to be the catalyst that gets us over the hump? What's going to be the catalyst that gets us over the hump, guys? Y'all let me know. We got 28 people in here. Make sure that you subscribe. And I'll be back streaming, officially. I'm back in my lab. I just got to clean it up, guys. I've been, just enjoying life, man. Just enjoying life, stepping away. And not per se stepping away from research. I want to make it clear. But just stepping away from content creation. And still doing it, but not like I was doing it as far as consistently streaming and stuff like that. I will get back to that very, very shortly. Look back at it like a crack addict. It's time to go live on them dips. Yeah, man. I think this is the best time to go live on dips, because a lot of people like to shield things while they're already pumping. I think the best time to shield something is when it's correction, if the fundamentals haven't changed. So just keep that in mind. This has been the weirdest post-halving years, but I feel it in my bones this year will be big. It has, bro. It has been very weird, very frustrating, right? And it's really, 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 time capitulation is really, really getting to a lot of people. And it's because of social media, guys. You get on social media and you see these crypto Twitter guys and these KOLs, and everybody look like they live in this happy, rich life, which it's not always the case, right? But there are some people that have made buku money in crypto, and you're like, damn, I'm waiting for my break as well. If you continue at this, eventually something's gonna pop for you, right? You only can get better with your research. You only can get better with positioning yourself to have early movers advantage. You only can grow your network if you continue to network, which will eventually grow your net worth. And the more you hang around crypto, the more you run into tools, different tools that can assist you with that, right? Whether it be AI, whether it be vibe coding, whether it just be getting into these telegrams and these discords and these groups and positioning yourself around people that really had a ear to the doors of what's really going on from the inside perspective. So don't give up. Don't give up. The race is not given to the swift or the strong, but the one that can endure. I can't even tell you how many times I want to say, man, like, I'm fucking sick of crypto. I'm done with this shit. It feels good when everything is going good, but when it's not going good, you got to be able to remove that emotion from investing. You just have to. You got to be a shark. You got to be a dog. It just is what it is. ZBCN is giving me 1 penny Jasmy vibes. Wouldn't it be crazy if Zebek hit 1 penny before Jasmy? I think that would be absolutely crazy. A116Z looking good. Let's check it out. Not bad, not bad. A116Z. It's a lot of narratives that's popping off, right? You got the DPay, right? The decentralized physical AI. You got decentralized science. There's some things going on within these narrative, right? But there is a project that's giving me ALCH vibes, right? So if you're into like vibe coding and stuff like that, you probably know what project I'm talking about. But yeah, man, it gets rough sometimes, right? It gets rough sometimes. A116Z, $278 million market cap, right? Not bad, not bad. I mean, at some point this probably will start running again, right? Many people thought virtuals was over, and then virtuals just started exploding, right? I think the fact that this is coming to retest that 21-day EMA moving average right there, you want to see it just bounce. You just want to. It's actually perfect, right? When you look at how this move is setting up. You got the 21-day EMA, and then you also got the 786, which is sitting at around 22 cents. So in order for this to continue to have that upward trajectory as we see this trend, you want to see it bounce off the 786, or more specifically off the 21-day EMA, right? Kind of keep that bullish momentum on the 3-day chart. This is on a 3-day chart. A little bit overbought here. It's hot, right? But doesn't mean that we can find support at this. Doesn't mean we can't find support here at the 786 or the 21-day EMA. This project has been shielded by Sean himself. So if you are into like, the AI narrative, Sean from AI16Z and Ansem and a lot of these guys back when we was having that AI run was shilling this project. They was shilling this project strong. They were buying this project. So it's going to come back at some point. Just like virtuals came back. Like nothing, I'm telling you right now, nothing. If it's a good AI token with great fundamentals and it's kind of like a backing behind it, I think this has Solana backing behind it. Griffin is another one that corrected a lot, but also has Solana's blessings, right? Nothing is stopping AI, guys. This is the easiest narrative to make money in, is artificial intelligence. Nothing is stopping AI. You can't convince me, because I know how AI has been embedded in not just my life, but a lot of people's life that I personally know. So nothing is stopping AI. Nothing. Besides AI, right? Besides the government, right? PSYOP or some shit happened, right? All right, let's get into some of these comments. I'm Jasmy chart looking. Yeah, man. It's a lot of charts they're struggling. But Jasmy did a 20x. Jasmy did a 20x from the local bottoms to its top, and that's fine, right? Nothing goes up forever. It's okay. But I feel your pain on that. What's the damn deal, man? Oh no, I thought this was the Jasmy guy. The Jasmy guy. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Crypto Princess? Crypto Princess, I've been seeing your comments. My apologies, man. I had like some serious one of my family members, right, ended up in the hospital for like heart issues. So it's unfortunate. Surge double D's. Appreciate the comments there. These already pumped in. I'm not being exit liquidity. Thank you for the flowers, Crypto Princess. These already pumped. Which one's the only token that I showed that pump was Zebek? Velo didn't pump. Velo didn't pump, and neither did hold on, let me work. I mean, if you're interested in that narrative, ACH didn't pump yet, and neither did Velo, right? And there's some stuff being built on base that's in the global remittance narrative as well. Like ACH ain't even pumped yet, guys. Like this is another one that's like literally the beta play to Zabet. And look at these partnerships with Alchemy Pay. This shit is listed on crypto.com. So if you're into like payment DeFi, you don't want to buy something that's over a $1 billion market cap, ACH hasn't even pumped yet. ACH hasn't even pumped yet. Right? So like this is a not shill ZBCN or Zabek type of stream here because there are opportunities. This is the ACH chart. It hasn't even had its move yet. And I would argue it has way more partnerships and integrations within Web3 and also traditional finance like Web2. So like I don't know where you're going at with that, sir. ACH hasn't pumped yet. Velo hasn't pumped yet. They all fall under the same narrative. The only one that's pumped that we've talked about is Zabek. Okay, let's say I'm an innocent bystander. Would I, innocent bystander, but I know enough about crypto, right? Would I buy Zabek now if I was trying to find an initial entry? Absolutely not, right? I would personally wait till it cools down, right? And I don't care if it keeps pumping to 7 or 8s or none of that, right? I want to make that clear, right? You got to stick to your strategy, right? If you feel like you missed a boat, find another opportunity. If you feel like it's just too good to fade, maybe get your feet wet, right? Maybe get your feet wet, put like $10 in it. That way you feel like, okay, if it pumps, I'm still making a little, put like $10 in it. Get that crack addict itch out of your system and put $10 in it. This is what I do. I put like $10 in it. Okay, I don't want to miss out on. I feel like I'm missing out. I put like $5-10 just to feel like I did something, right? But I won't start a real DCA thousands of dollars, $10,000s until I see the correction I am personally comfortable with. So no, wouldn't shield this and be like, hey, jump into ZBCN now. It's literally in price discovery, but you kind of like what happened with Terra Luna Classic. When you run into these tokens that's under a penny, and these communities start like pitching this, we're gonna run this thing up to a penny, and we're gonna run this thing up to 10 cent or whatever, right? You want to just keep your eye on it, right? Because Shiba Inu moved really, really fast. Terra Luna Classic, when it crashed and it started pumping, it moved really, really fast. Anybody who didn't buy Jasmy at 203, it moved really, really fast. So these things happen 203. It's just funny because this thing is only 206. It's literally 50% up from when we originally bought Jasmy as far as the price standpoint, not market cap. But I mean, like I said, just go do your research on the narrative, guys. On the narrative, understand. So this is what I like to do when I'm doing research on a project and I'm investing into it, right? I want to know that the market I'm invested in will have consistent growth from now until 2030, for example. You cannot argue that the POS market is not rising. You cannot argue that the ADP market is not being disruptive, because I know being a GM and a store manager and having to like do payroll and stuff like that, it could be a little bit more or easier. So if this project is working to make it simplified, well, there's an opportunity right there. Will they achieve this? That's still up in the air. That's still up in the air. But I wouldn't ignore the narrative, the niche, right? And this is why I showed you guys. This is why I wanted to make sure I showed you guys some beta plays. All right, and if you want the other beta plays, join the Patreon. But this is why. And again, this is just a narrative we're focusing on now, and that could change in the future, right? There's so many different opportunities. I think I want to do a live stream where I'm talking about decentralized physical AI. I can do one for decentralized science too, because I got 3 projects that I'm really bullish on in the decentralized science narrative. Research Coin, which is literally Brian Armstrong's coin, right? This is the founder of Coinbase, RCS, Research Coin. Research Coin. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just so much gems. So we go here. Research Coin is sitting here at a $12 million market cap. And this is literally Brian Armstrong is the co-founder of Research Coin and the official founder of Coinbase. And he has another coin called Research Coin just sitting here at around a $12 million market cap, right? Then you got AXGT. You got AXGT here, which has former members from the SEC part of the helm. Again, sitting around here at a $15 million market cap, $87 million FDV. And then you got one of my favorites, which no one has been paying attention because it's very, very quiet. But this token has been very, very strong, which is Pythia, right? They're doing AI research with one of the biggest scientists in the world, who has also gave blessings to the token. So they have partnered with one of the biggest scientists in the world. And you can see very, very strong, very, very strong. In fact, Pythia probably has the best chart of the three. Best chart of the three. So I'm telling you that I'm saying that to say this, right? I told you guys about ACLH when it was $30 million market cap. It's now $133 million market cap, right? So I told you guys about ACH right down here. And I was telling you guys about it because I was using the platform to vibe code. And then it exploded. Now, I know two other platforms that are working on vibe coding. I know another platform on Solana that's working to be the next Hyperliquid. I'm not going to share these here because this is for exclusive content. Specifically exclusive for the J5 Council and then the Patreon. But you guys, sometimes y'all just be focused on what y'all focus on, and that's fine. We get what we call pipeline focus, and we kind of sometimes we miss out on the other things that's available in the market, and maybe you just don't have the time to do this type of research. But like, when you see me say something, like kind of like pay attention to it. Oh, let me go check that token out real quick, right? Check out the market cap and then come back to the 2 weeks and see where it's at. There was another one that I wanted to talk about as well. I don't know if I should bring it on the screen. What was the narrative that I was talking about? Did we talk about DePIN, decentralized physical AI, decentralized science? I can't remember right now. But if it comes back to me, because it just was at the tip of my tongue. The subnets, right? The Tau subnets. Let's go here. So Tau subnets. I just recently bought some of this right here, which is Street Vision by Natix. This is subnet 772. Let's actually move this here, and we go to Natix. All right, so I bought the subnet for Natix before the token. This is actually the token. The token exploded, right? So I didn't get into the token. Kind of missed out on the token, like what they're doing as far as DePIN and things like that. But found out that they were building a subnet as well called Street Vision. So Street Vision is powered by Natix Internet of Cameras. Street Vision is an advanced autonomous driving physical AI and map making. So I don't have the Natix token, but I do have subnet 72, which is Street Vision here, right? So I always tell you guys to kind of like do your research on these subnets, man. Start your research on these subnets, especially when Tau is correcting, because the way the flywheel works for Tau subnets is when Tau corrects, usually you start to see some motion from the subnet. So this is another ecosystem that I have a lot of money in right now. I have a lot of money in this ecosystem. I've been printing Tau, using my Tau to make more Tau. So when I say that, what I'm doing is I'm staking Tau into root. And then whenever I see an opportunity within the Tau subnet, I'll take some of that, maybe take 0.5 Tau or a full Tau, and I'll place it into one of the subnets, right? And this is a little bit different from Solana because you don't have to go too degen to make money right? This is like flock off, right? I'm big on flock off. You can see it literally has a 1.7 million dollar market cap, but it's giving off 1.1% in emissions. So in my opinion, this is a gem, right? You see something here, and I have a lot of this, right? I bought this very, very early, subnet 96. So I've already made some money here with flock off. But the point of what I'm making is when you look into these tau subnets, the emissions determine the demand. So if there is really no emissions, there's no demand, and it's going to be hard for that market cap to move. So what you want to do is not pay attention to only market cap with the tau subnets. You want to make sure you're also paying attention to the emissions, because this determines how much demand that the token has, right? So if you can find something that's giving high emissions with a small market cap, like gradients right now, excuse me, not gradients, but let's see if we can give an example here. Something that's undervalued. Well, flock off was really the one that was really, really undervalued, right? It's giving off 1.1% in emissions. And look at the market caps that is higher than, right? You can see that it's higher than a lot of market caps, but it's damn near in the top 20. Well, it's in the top 25 of emissions. So this would, in my opinion, would be a gem, right? I'm getting 1.1 emissions here, and you know what I mean? Let's actually go to the 1-day chart. I'm getting 1.1 emissions here, and it's literally a smaller market cap than some of the ones literally has a smaller market cap than some of the top 20, but it's giving off more emissions. So you want to just kind of like pay attention to that. I know it's really, really hard to understand. I get it. People think like tau subnets is all about buying based on market cap, but you also got to pay attention to the emissions, right? The emissions. So it's more than just market cap, right? This is how these tokens get compensated. They get compensated by demand, right? In order for them to continue to get liquidity to build out whatever they're building, their token has to have demand, right? If it doesn't have any demand, they won't get incentivized. They can't build their project, right? So I like it because now it makes people go to work. Like, oh shit, I got to go to work, or I'm not going to get incentivized in tau for me to build out my platform. So I need to make sure I am delivering. I am executing. This is real AI. And at some point, man, when we get altcoin season, you're going to see I'm going to tell you right now, when we get altcoin season, you're probably going to see Sui ecosystem fly, Hyperliquid ecosystem fly, and DTAO, which is Tao's ecosystem. You're probably going to see those three ecosystems fly, because for the last 3 months, and the reason I'm not saying Solana or ETH is because we already know that was going to do well, right? And maybe throw Postchain in there, because Postchain has like a really, really strong community, and if ETH flies, Postchain will do well as well. But the talk of the town as far as ecosystems outside of ETH and Solana have been Hyperliquid. No, we're going to go Sui 1, Hyperliquid 2, and then Tao's ecosystem, right? And the reason I didn't say base is because I'm putting base with Ethereum, right? Because they use ETH. So pay attention to those three ecosystems. The tokens in the ecosystem, not specifically the native token, right? Find some shit within the ecosystem. I'm going to say it again. Sui, Hyperliquid, Tau. And I know Sui just went through some FUD, but I don't know. It seems like Sui is bouncing back, and people have even, when you see a project go through FUD and then the sentiment comes back bullish, you want to pay attention to that. It seems like people have got even more bullish on Sui after the hack, which is crazy, right? So, all right. So I just went over everything that I'm specifically looking at. I want to get into some of these comments, guys, and kind of answer you guys' question. There goes White Rock again. Millie, last SEC news last night was huge. We're going to see these institutions that's been waiting on staking approval. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Staking approval. Yeah, that's a nice catalyst for ETH. Altcoin ETS, leading to GTA 6. Top is in, getting ready for the bear market. You think so, man? You think that we're about to get a double top? That would be crazy if we got a double top, right? I know a lot of people would be hurt. Sitting on 950 bag of ZBCN or house. Either way, it's okay with me, but it's gonna blow up. I think ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm happy you already took your profits, man. You got your money up. Crypto tip, what's up? Ah, okay, D, don't drag. You said too high market caps. You like stuff that's a little bit lower market caps. I agree. I agree. I don't want to take away from no one that's being a degen, right? But I think we got to be a little bit more protective to retail. I wouldn't come up here and be like, oh, I'm gonna shield billion tokens and billions of dollars, right? But 100 million, 80 million, 90 million, 200 million, I think that there's still like 10x, 20x multipliers available there. And that's not bad if you're putting up 5K, 10K. Now, if you trying to put up $100, $200, $300, yeah, you gotta be a little bit more degen, and there's nothing wrong with that because you never know when you might run across a 100x. So I never want to discourage anybody from being a degenerate because I am a fucking degenerate. I buy low caps, mid caps, and micro caps. That's what I buy, right? It's just that based on the time in the game from average people who have regular lives, right? They can't keep up with that shit, right? They just can't. It's not realistic. So even if they do get into something that has a low cap or a micro cap, it moves so fast that you really don't have time to react sometimes to get out, right? To take those profits, and you end up round tripping your bag. But I think there's a middle ground there when you look at 50 million, 60 million, $100 million market cap tokens because they have less risk, less volatility, and the price action is a little bit more consistent compared to something like a micro cap or a low cap. It may not be as rewarding, but when the first liquidity rotation happens in crypto, it doesn't come straight into micro caps. You can make money with large caps and take your profits and roll them directly into micro caps if you understand how these liquidity rotations work. So yeah, I get where you're coming from, and I totally agree, right? Because I like to make 50x, 100x, but that very rare, right? It doesn't happen all the time. So we got to be realistic. I think it's too late for Nadix. I've been waiting for pullback that may never come. Nvidia and Tesla partnerships at $30 million market. Well, it's not too late for Nadix, the subnet, but if the token, you're looking at a very similar price action to Zabek, right? No one wants to buy into green candles. No experienced person does that, right? I know newbies do it all the time. And some people get away with it if it's really, really strong project. But right now, I think the opportunity with Nadix would be the subnet because the subnet hasn't pumped yet. And when those profit taking happens, the smart people within the Nadix community will rotate their liquidity into the subnet to kind of like 10x those gains that they just made with the native token. So just understand that there is opportunity there with the subnet if you feel like you missed out on the token. I think Mobile and SQT are sneaky plays, maybe hot. I never heard of Mobile. What is this? Let's check it out. I never heard of that. I heard of SQT because that's supposed to be like the graph, right? Helium Mobile. They changed their name? Is this a different token? Is Helium Mobile different from HNT? I like these projects that have real devices. I mean, you got HNT, you got Honey, Hive Mapper, you got a Tor protocol. I forgot the new. They got a new name, right? Anyone protocol. So I really do like these projects that have real devices behind it. I'm with that. Is this like a fork from HNT? Helium Mobile. Yeah, they have a real phone service, man. That's crazy. This is a real crypto project doing real shit. And you think like, damn, they actually have a real service. People actually use the service. Why the chart look like this? You ever thought like it's like what the hell? If this was a meme coin, chart be looking crazy. But you got a real utility token and chart looking like this, man. So you know, crypto is different. It's different these days, right? Utility is not looked at like it used to be looked at, right? Crow Pump, let's check it out. Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'll be back. I'll be back live streaming with my cameras and everything. Maybe in a few days. I think I'm gonna start off a new month, June, with it, but I had to get away from the lab for a second, man, and kind of like enjoy life. But it's been good. I'm in a way better state mentally. And I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. Yeah, Crow looks good on the weekly. Crow looks good. Looks like a nice, good correction is coming in, right? You get that overbought stock RSI cross to the downside, but yeah, strong chart here and really hanging around that area of accumulation. I think anywhere between 9 cent and 6 cent is a good area to accumulate right in between these white lines. So still bullish on Crow. Use crypto.com card every day. So it is what it is. What happened to the guy that was all bearish on Crow? He was like really, really bearish on Crow. I wonder what happened to that guy. I think they use memes to keep people blind on utility. Yeah, maybe you're right, man. Maybe you're right. But the market has been very exhausting. That's one of the reasons I had to take a break, man. Man, White Rock is actually pumping. But the market has been really exhausting. Views are down all across the board. Yeah, it's tough, man. What y'all think? I'm looking for something to do to like bring some new life to the market, right? I have thought about. So I thought about streaming on Pump Fund, but I don't even know like an idea of, well, I do got an idea. I got an idea, but I don't know. I don't know. Cause what are they trying to make Pump Fund like a kick, right? Let's see, Pump Fund. I don't know, man. The market been so boring, bro. Like, all-time high, 700,000. I don't know, man. Maybe we got to come up with an idea or something. Do like a live stream, or maybe I'm create something that does a live stream like this on Pumped Up Fun. I don't fucking know, man. The market just been so boring, bro. But I guess it's the new wave right here, streaming.
I can't.
We do like a new idea. I don't fucking know, bro. Like the market is so boring. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes the best thing to do in the market is absolutely do nothing. Sometimes the best thing to do in the market is do nothing. But not discouraged at all from this correction. This is a good correction. Hopefully, people that's been on the sidelines takes advantage of this correction. Right? I think we got a little bit of steam left. But my motto, guys, told us, right? They told us June was going to be a correction. June, the beginning of June, could be a little correction because everything was starting to become overbought on longer time frames. Everything is starting to become overbought on longer time frames. So, the market told us that June could have been a little bit of a correction. Let's check out the heat map. But yeah, where the hype go, bro? Where's retail? Where's everybody at now? Golly. It's been a nothing burger for like 2 months, bro. That shit just, as an influencer, you get tired of saying the same shit, bro. I can't keep just saying the same, like, oh, Not too overbought on the weekly. So we still got a little. I think we still got a little bit of pumpage left because it's not too hot. When you look at the heat map is not bad. It's just there's still a lot of things that's oversold here, man. You got Sonic, all right? You got Trump token, Peanut. If you're in the memes, trying to find some utilities down here. What's that? Velodrome, Vthor, Axelar. That's a good RWA one. AI XBT. You know, things are not yet oversold on the weekly yet. I think it's more so just oversold, and not even. I mean, overbought, and things are not even that overbought on the daily. I think this is just a and you can see everything's oversold on the 4 hour. Guys, this pump is not gonna last. And I'm looking at these metrics like this correction is just a fraud correction. Because nothing is really overbought on the longer time frame. Everything, I mean, you got Bitcoin, but besides Bitcoin, this is BTC dominance. I don't know what that is. Anyway, you got Bitcoin here. This is the Bitcoin dominance, right? You got the Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin overbought. To me, that's bullish for altcoins because so many altcoins are still oversold on the weekly. The fact that the Bitcoin dominance, bro, the fact that the Bitcoin dominance is so overbought, including Bitcoin, there has to be some type of opportunity for altcoins. I don't trust this dip at all. I think that in the next day or so, we'll get back green. I think we get back green, man. Because on the weekly, we don't have enough. Remember last time when we looked at the weekly when we were really pumping and everything was just like overbought and we just knew the correction was happening? I'm not getting that vibes here. And then when I go down to the 24-hour, it's still not enough things overbought. And then when I go to the 4-hour, everything looks like it's ready to reset on the 4-hour. Look at Jasmy down there. Which tells me if that Bitcoin dominance goes down, right? If BTC dominance goes down, because it's not oversold on the 4-hour. If it goes down, if Bitcoin dominance starts to go down, a lot of altcoins are going to see nice moves, man. A lot of altcoins are going to see nice moves. And you can see here, the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly looks like it wants to be a little bit stubborn, but we did get that sell print. And it's just being stubborn right now. We need the Bitcoin dominance to cool off, but it's just being stubborn. And the only reason it's being stubborn is because Trump and these fucking tariffs and their inconsistencies, right? One day tariffs are live, the next day they're not. We're seeing weakness also within the DXY, right? So this is also bullish. And again, if I see any weakness on the VIX, it is oversold. It did bounce off the trend line, but it's 19. So it's not bad. Not bad. That means risk on assets can still move. Let's check out the QQQ and see how stocks are doing. We got the V-shaped recovery on stocks. If we can get some of these major stocks to break back into all-time highs, that's also going to be bullish for risk on assets. So I just don't trust this correction. I don't think that we're at the end yet, guys. I don't think that the market is over with. And I see the double top that people are talking about on Bitcoin. But when I look at the metrics across the board, I'm not sold that I'm just not sold, right? That, I still think there's a chance. The week is not over with, so I still think there's a chance that we can change how this candle closes this week, right? I still think there is a chance. I want to look at something else. What was it? The Bitcoin ETH chart? Yeah, here we go. ETH BTC. Little bit different story here on the ETH BTC. Man, we need this to break out. We don't need it to get rejected here at this moving averages. We need ETH BTC to break out. So we'll be looking for that. But just because it's overbought doesn't mean it can't hang out here a while. So just remember that. I know a lot of people who come to the channel are experienced, but there are some new people that think when things get up here, oh, it's about to dump. No, you got to wait for the cross, wait for confirmation. Confirmation means the stock RSI breaks below 80, right? That may be a confirmation of momentum change, but we're just not there yet. So the ETH BTC chart here on the weekly still can start to, build some momentum here, right? Build some momentum and get back above those moving averages. So not moved at all by this dip, not moved at all about this correction. Won't say this is the beginning of an altcoin season or of a bull cycle, but I still think we got a little bit of gas left in the tank. I generally believe we got a little bit more gas left in the tank. What do y'all think? Y'all think we got more gas left? I don't know. What do y'all think? All right, let's get any undervalued memes that you're looking at? Oh, hell yeah, Mr. Streets. I thought you'd never fucking ask. All right, so the first one that I've been paying attention to, I've been paying attention to memes with very, very strong communities that's starting to put in a little correction. This community has never failed me yet, right? So bullish on this right here. All will retire. This is on Solana. This thing is sitting at a $4 million market cap. I started chilling this like around 5 or 6, I think 5 or 6 million. And then it dumped all the way down to like $700,000-$800,000 market cap. We was able to get in on the correction, and now just been holding a little moon bag of this and just riding it out. So this is something I would pay attention to. It fits the theme when you think about, building a community token. And like I said, it's a retirement token. That's the theme. Go hang around the Telegram, check out the vibes, hang around the Twitter, see what's going on. But I really, really like this. I really, really like this project. And now you're starting to see YouTubers talk about it as well. So let me actually get them a follow. But yeah, you're starting to see a lot of KOLs and YouTubers talk about all will retire. They are followed by Murad and Crypto. What's the guy name? Crypto with the squeaky voice. Crypto Superman. Yeah. So yeah, I would pay attention to this. AWR all will retire. Oh, there goes Superman. There goes the Superman video right there, May 28th. So now that this thing is correcting, I would pay attention to it, right? And if you want to go to GMGN and kind of look at some of the things that I like to look at when I'm looking at a token, I think it has a pretty clean. So I do got my trench setup set here, guys. Always have a good trench setup just in case you might run across a good project here. What is this? All will retire. So yeah, you can see here, been really every time a dip happens, been trying to get in on those dips. Very strong chart. Really like all will retire. Bubble maps. Cluster. I would say the only thing that's kind of like bothersome is this 8% cluster right here, right? I don't see any KOLs, but this 8% cluster. And again, I would do research, maybe ask the TG, ask some people in the TG, what is this about? What is this about? Right? Always do your research. But outside of that cluster, let me see the fresh wallets. You're not seeing a lot of, okay, fresh wallets here. Not too much in the profit, only own 0.29%. Let's go to the bundlers. Bundlers only own 0.2%. So maybe that's like the team. I don't know. KOLs are already sold their bags. So it's not a lot of selling pressure with this project. It seems like everything from here on out is organic. So this is something that I definitely would keep an eye on. It's called All Will Retire. All right, let's see if I can pull another one. What y'all want? An ETH token. You know, the Jesus coins, the wolves, those are pretty good. Oh, let's go to this is another one I've been watching right here. Let's go to this. Let me see if I can find the OG Zeus, not the new Zeus. I want the OG Zeus with the contract address in it. Where is it? 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 Oh seven. Zeus's dog. Zeus's dog. Zeus's dog. I don't see it. Baby Zeus 1 year ago. Because I've been seeing the Matt Ferry narrative come back. Zeus on Soul. That's a whole nother Zeus. I almost confused for a second. 1 second. I'm looking for something, guys. 5 months ago. What? I'm confused. Where's the Zeus at? That's been around for a while. It must be not. It must be didn't have no buys in 24 hours. I don't know. I'm just chilling right now, guys. All right, Zeus on Ethereum. Is this the one? Oh, here it go. All right, this is what I was talking about right here. So I think I want to kind of like set the stage now. This is some high risk shit right here. But if you don't know, there was a cabal that created the Zeus token, right? I went back and I looked at one of my bags and I'm like, why is Zeus pumping? I thought it was the Zeus that I was holding, right? The OX71, right? So if you remember back in the day, they made these Pepe tokens with like significant contract addresses. Well, a few days ago, somebody created a new Zeus token because the NFT started popping off, right? And the Cabal one like sent crazy. I think it went crazy on Solana, it went crazy on ETH. But now a lot of people are revisiting the OG Zeus. Now this is high risk, man. This thing is like a $500,000 market cap. It's down 52% on the day, and you don't have to specifically buy this one, right? I want to make it clear, but pay attention to the Matt Ferry narrative, right? And sometimes you want to pay attention to the OG one. So if you see, this is just like a pro tip right here, right? You see something, and we do this all the time in the trenches, right? You see, and wow, ETH fees has been so low, but you see something pumping, go check to see if there's an OG. Because what these whales do is once the new token or the Cabal token starts pumping, they'll start looking for the OG one, right? And you can see this OG one, they're like a 4 or 5x. It's corrected because people decided to take profits. But if that Zeus narrative continues to kick off and the community comes back around, I would pay attention to the OG one. Calm before the storm. Bearish moon for a week, I can see that happen. I think June. I think the start of June could be bearish, and then by the end of June, we should get bullish. Interesting overcome. Yeah, we was pumping, man. We was going crazy, Mr. Streets. Yeah, that's how they want us to feel, Block Boy. Stay bullish. Toshi? I think Toshi is good. I think Toshi is good. I think Toshi is one of those base meme coins that when you start to see Migos and Brett and all that fly, Toshi is gonna fly with it. Carl is another one. I know a lot of people like CJ. I'm tired now. Probably gonna go hit the gym for some fucking reps. Guys, I don't got no legs right now, man. I was hooping yesterday. I thought I was LeBron. I thought I could just turn it on and hoop for like 6, 7 hours in the gym. And now I can barely walk. So I'm getting old. I feel like I tore a fucking calf. I feel like I got a calf strain, to be honest. Like my calf is crazy. So I'm not even gonna go crazy in the gym today. I'll probably just do something simple to feel like I'm moving around and being active. But yeah, my calf, I have no calves right now. No calves from running up and down that damn court. But yeah, give me a couple of days, guys. Let me clean up my lab, and then we'll get back live streaming. I don't know. We may do something crazy, man. We may do a live stream for Pump Fun, or I might create something. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just bored, and I hate when I get bored in crypto because then I start like doing things what bored people do. They just get bored, and idle time is the worst in crypto because then you start just doing shit. Zeus. Oh, okay. Did Zeus just drop the website? Zeus is a good one. Zeus is a good one. They supposed to be building the next hyperliquid. Like pay it. Look. Pay attention. Add this to your fucking watch list. Don't. Hey, I'm now y'all done got me getting into the low cap gems. Add this to your watch list. Add Zeus to your watch list. Basically, they're trying to build the next hyper liquid of Solana. You know, hyper liquid, perps market. Pay attention to this, right? Because when at some point, if this gets adopted or people start using it, out of nowhere, you're gonna see it pump up to like 80 million, 90 million. That shit happens fast. God candles. All right. This is another one that I'm paying attention to. I'm giving y'all some gems, right? And this is like J5 council stuff that I'm sharing now. So very high risk. Easy. EZ1. This right here, I've used this technology. This is EZ1. Powers your journey from concept to launch with AI driven speed expert. Like I've literally used this technology right here, right? You can see, guys, that I've been using EZ1 to build. So I've been using EZ1 to actually build a locker. And it's not because I wanted to actually build a Solana locker where you can actually lock up your tokens, but you can see here Solana token locker DApp. I don't even want to talk too much about it, right? But I like this technology, and I just wanted to see if I could create a Solana token locker where you can come and lock your Solana tokens. Now, I'm not gonna tell y'all why this is significant. I can't tell you yet, but this is an example of EZ1, and why I'm very, very bullish on the tech, right? So I've been doing some vibe coding. And like I said, I created a Solana token locker dApp here. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. So just don't ask questions. Don't have expectations. Don't ask me nothing about nothing. I think Easy One is another sleep rat at $3 million market cap. This is good tech. This is good fucking tech. Now, this is high risk. I want to make it clear. High risk. But the tech checks out. The tech checks out. Now, I'm dropping gems. This is exclusive shit. That whoever's still watching the stream, you blue chip rating 7.3%. I'm giving y'all straight gems. Good tech. Good tech. Micro caps, low caps. Y'all asked for it. And I actually use this tech. So, there you go. The problem in crypto is people only want to buy like hyped up shit, bro. I'm seeing people talking about I sold my XRP for ZBCN. Like somebody's gonna sell their somebody's gonna sell their XRP. So no, somebody's gonna sell their ZBCN or Hyperliquid or whatever. No, they're gonna sell something that ain't pump, right? Fuck it. They probably gonna sell. Somebody's gonna sell their quant. Let's say quant, for example, and then they just gonna hop in White Rock up 70%. But just imagine if you found White Rock before the pump. You see what I'm saying? And it's like when White Rock starts pumping and all the crypto YouTubers and KOL start talking about it, right? The White Rock community, and no, I'm not gonna say the White Rock community, but the communities get mad. Oh, why are you talking about this token? You're late. Oh, you're late. You're this extra liquidity, whatever. Like, are people in these communities slow? Like, how do you expect people to find out about your token if no one fucking talks about it? You just see my boy Crypto Arch. He actually talked about that with Casper. He's like, oh, Casper don't want to post because they want to prove that they're decentralized and people find it, they find it. Yeah, that's all cool. Sounds good. Looks good. But like, if nobody ever finds your fucking token and knows what you're doing, what's the point? So like, to the Zebek community that's just mad people are talking about y'all token, that's not bad, man. That's good. I get it. You want to continue to load your bags. You don't want nobody to find out about Zebek. I guess that's the type of mentality people got. But guys, when people talk about your token, it's good. It's not bad. Crypto Playground. What's up, dog? Yeah, I'm dropping gems, bro. For the people that's still here. Like I said, I'll be back in the lab and I gotta clean this shit up, man. I gotta clean up everything, guys. I haven't had anything to do. I've just been out enjoying getting some good sun, touching grass. Again, not financial advice. I don't want anybody to hop into none of these high risk tokens that I'm talking about today. I'm just giving you an idea that the research does not stop here with Millie. Just because you see me talking about shit on the YouTube channel, this is why you need to be part of my exclusive groups where I talk about the degen of the degen. YouTube is just surface level shit. That's facts. I'm talking about stuff that is accessible for everybody, right? Where you don't got to really figure out how to use it. Everybody can hop on the exchange and buy ZBCN, buy Jasmy token, buy Tau, you know what I'm saying? Buy Quant, buy Hedera, HBAR. I haven't talked about HBAR in a long time. What has been HBAR been doing? I gotta go take a deep dive into HBAR and see what's been going on. This has just been too quiet. HBAR just been too quiet. Gala, they say Gala don't even do games no more. Pocket network is exploding. Let's see here. I got a token for every niche, man. I got a token for every niche. What is Pocket Network? Let's see. From wallet dApps to your favorite DEX, DeFi runs on Pocket, unstoppable, open data with more than 500 billion relays. POKT. Oh my God. Yeah, this is an example of what I was talking about when I was looking at Zeus and Easy. Like you see these really, really good tokens, and then out of nowhere you think like, oh, it's quiet, and then a god green candle come in, right? And unfortunately, we did get a sell signal on this green candle. They like, you might want to get out. You might want, if you've been in this shit since down here, you might want to take a little bit of profits. We did get a sell signal here on Pocket Network, so just be cautious. Why is this pumping? What is this? And why is it pumping? Another data token. I'm gonna have to do some research on this. I'm gonna do extensive research on Pocket. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this. This is a new one that I've never personally heard of before. I'll check it out. Definitely. White Rock. All these RWA depin projects are just popping out of nowhere with just like God candles. God candles, man. What I'm saying, I don't trust this dip. I think that this is a fraud dip. I really think that this is a fraud dip. What is going on in the RWA depin narrative? What in the RWA is going on, man? The world's open video infrastructure. Turn off my tabs here. You see what's number one. You see what's number one, baby. Tau. Fetch artificial super intelligence line. They done slowed down so much. WorldCoin Virtuals is coming, bro. Pause. Pause, dog. Virtuals is coming. Big coming. Aether cause. Yeah, look at this. This is some pretty good projects on this list, man. Arkham Intelligence has really good tech. No one talks about it though. So does WorldCoin. No one talks about it though. I mean, people use ChatGPT every single day. Render Sleeper, bro. Man, if Render, I wish Render didn't have such a high market cap, but man, oh man, sleeper fucking utility that can really be used in today's time. The AI sector includes 20 tokens with a combined market cap of 20 billion, up 4.5 billion in just Q1. Crazy. Crazy how fast AI is growing, man. Grass is another one that I've done a little bit of research on. Definitely a sleeper. What is the story have something to do with like IP protocol? What's the market cap on this? 40 million, 1.1. What is this? I always see this, but I never actually looked at it. I'm about to do some more research on this because is this the only project that does like IPs on the blockchain? If so, this is why Zabet is crushing it right now, because they took advantage of a niche nobody was in, which was the payroll niche,
right? And now they're getting into the POS niche, right? The point of sale, right? There wasn't too many cryptocurrencies that were in that niche and actually provided a real device, right? And I never really paid attention to I seen IP and I'm like, hold the fuck on. Is this allowing you to monetize, right? Like, let's say I create a name and I don't want nobody else to use the name and now it's stored on the blockchain, IPs on the blockchains. If so, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. 61 trillion market. The IP market is worth 61 trillion and most of it is stuck in outdated. I got to take a look at this. Man. This the type of shit I like to have in my portfolio. Like I can sleep at night. Like I'm not saying it's a high market. I don't give a fuck. I'm investing, right? I can be DJing and gamble whenever I want to gamble, right? I'm full time Web3, but like solid portfolio where I don't gotta consistently look at the shit every day and all that shit. This is the type of shit I want to be invested in. Real niches being disrupted. A $61 trillion market, and I don't think they really are competing with any other cryptocurrencies with this specific niche, man. I just discovered it, but I'm looking at it from a surface level, and because I'm a content creator and because I have businesses, I have an understanding on how IPs work. And this project itself, I never really looked into it, but it's really intriguing to me. Really intriguing to me. That's the type of shit I like to invest into. And where all these people come from? Y'all just came late, all late to the stream. Where y'all? It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. But yeah, that's what I look for, man. I look for shit like that, like real cryptocurrencies, projects that's disrupting trillion-dollar markets. And all story or IP has to do is capture 1 to 2% of that 61 trillion. Just 1 to 2% of it. Understand what you're buying. And some of these comments, see what y'all got cooking up. We got 39 people in here. There's also on Cookie Dow. Bullish on Cookie Dow. I actually have Cookie Dow pulled up here. Cookie Dow just released like some new part of their website, right, where you can actually check the mind share of Tau subnets. So I was kind of like already I had Cookie pulled up here. I hope we talking about the same Cookie. Are we talking about this Cookie that has the platform, the Mindshare platform? If so, I already had this pulled up because what I like to do is I like to go check Mindshare with AI projects, and also I like to check Mindshare specifically with Tau projects, right? Shiba Inu is in the bad sentiment. Titcoin. Doge is having a really bad day, huh? Well, yeah. Good tech. This is good tech. This is good tech. This is really good tech, man. Bro, this shit, I remember when this joint was under a $10 million market cap, bro. It done came so far, but damn. At one point, this shit went up. Market cap. At one point, this was at $175 million market. I didn't even realize that this token, bro. That's what I'm saying. I remember this was at a $10 million market cap. I didn't realize this thing at one point went to $170 million. I did not know that this tech was just, bro, that AI agent run was crazy. I remember when I first discovered it, I didn't really think too much about it to buy the token. I just knew about the tech. But god damn, the god damn. about to put in a little bit of correction on the 3-day. Very overbought. But this is one example of what I was telling you guys earlier. You can see we can hang out here in the overbought area for a while, right? It doesn't mean just because, oh, we're overbought that we're just gonna come straight down. Like this shit can hang out here for months and just continuously bounce off 80. Well, I didn't know that this project had pumped like that. What I did, yeah, I would watch for that to regain some steam, just like virtuals did, right? 36 people thoughts on Cookie Down. I'm hyped for Moonwell. I haven't heard that one in a long time. I wish you knew Ty. Oh. Is that a trick question, bro? Or are you new to the channel, man? Ty literally is my sponsor. Bro, Ty is my sponsor. Tars Protocol sponsors my YouTube channel, guys. They sponsor me. You know what I'm saying? They sponsor me. Like, salute to Tars. Like, I believe in Ty. I've had my own personal bag. This project sponsors me, right? They sponsor my channel, literally. So I know the ins and outs of what's going on with Ty. The team tells me whenever something new is about to happen or what's going to happen, right? Whenever they need a content or video, I find out what's going on with Ty. So I'm very, very, very embedded into Ty and what they're doing over there on Solana. And then some of my friends in crypto talk about it, like Crypto Seth and others. So, yeah. And what's the other guy? The House of Crypto. A few other big KOLs. So I know exactly what's going on with Tars. You know, they are sponsors of my channel. And, yeah. Good project there. Musa, the post player. I guess that's it, guys. Like I said, boring day today. I've been trying to come up with ideas to like spark up the content, man. I don't know if I want to start doing some crazy content viral shit, or if I do some crazy content viral shit, I feel like, I don't know, we need to tie it to the community token, or maybe we need to whip up something new. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I just know I'm bored, and I'm ready to come with some like real streamer content. I don't know. I might do some real streamer content. Like maybe get on Kick and what's the other one? Kick and y'all know the other platform, and like do some Kai Cenat type shit. Like, I mean, I used to do that, right? We used to jump on the platform, and that platform, I think it was Omegaly or whatever the fuck the name of the platform is, and we just click through it and we just ask random people about cryptocurrency, if they buy meme coins, and just do shit to like check the sentiment, maybe reach out to a few more people, get some more interviews, get some people on the channel, something. But I've been spending a lot of time with the family, so I didn't really want to like. I told the fam, like, okay, I want to spend some time with the family without having the camera around all the time. So that's the reason I haven't been documenting, you know, everything that I've been doing, and usually having a camera around, because I didn't want to like, you know, consistently bring my camera everywhere when I'm trying to spend some time with fam and kind of get away from just locking in so much into this crypto world and Web3. So, but the camera coming back out. In fact, I got it right here. I got to clean up my lab, guys. Get everything back situated. Reach out to some of my sponsors and stuff like that and see what's cracking. So we'll get everything back going on the channel. But I needed this 3-week break, and I have been consistently dropping content, but I've been different places, so I haven't had time to like turn on my camera and edit shit and do all that. I just haven't had the time to do that. So we'll get back to that. We will get back to that. My channel. There is also a good channel. The subscribers. I seen this channel here on X. So I just kind of stumbled across it, guys. If you're into like the subnets, this channel is dedicated towards subnets, right? It explains literally every subnet. So, what I mean? Check that out. I've randomly kind of like ran into it. I was like, okay, this is cool. Whenever a new subnet comes out or you want to know exactly what's going on with a subnet, these guys are exploring Tau. So, yeah, because I know a lot of people don't understand generally what's going on with Tau and subnets. I get it. A lot of people just don't get it. So, yeah, that's a good channel that helps explains exactly what each Tau subnet is doing. Who's this spying on you? Some collabs, perhaps. Yeah, I gotta do some more collabs. I know y'all like the collabs. I think the last collab we had was Connor on Chain. That was the last collab we had. I think I'll get back into doing collabs. Or maybe like we created like a crypto podcast, right? And we stream the podcast on Pump Fund so that the podcast has its own token. And then like the community can really rally and build from there. So I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about like creating a podcast that streams only on Pump.fund. Because what it does is it brings the essence of like Web3. We're supporting Web3 and content creators being able to be in charge and have full sovereignty over their brand and how it builds. So like maybe, reach out to me. Reach out to me in the Discord if you're interested in that. If you're interested in like being part of a crypto podcast and you actually know what the fuck you talking about, please. I mean, like if you're gonna be on some trolling and Stephen A type shit, that's cool, but just like don't just come up there just to come up there, right? So I don't know. Maybe I just make it open mic. Who knows, right? I don't know. We'll discuss this. We'll discuss this. Maybe I'll discuss this on another live and we kind of like put something together. But I wouldn't mind having a podcast and that podcast being streamed on Pump Fund because Pump Fund is working to be the kick of crypto. You get what I'm saying? So if we can create a podcast with some really, really smart people and that podcast can be streamed on Pump Fund, I think that'd be pretty lit. Let me stop because ain't nobody. Let me stop because somebody gonna fucking steal my fucking ID. Eco, thank you, bro. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but I created a whole blueprint for a lot of things and ideas that I want to bring to life in crypto, right? So it is what it is. But I got way more experience now, right? I understand what it means, what chain it means to drop on a chain that's really hyped. I understand everything that I didn't understand before. So I feel like I learned so much and I'm probably prepared if I wanted to deliver something. I just don't. It just put a bad taste in my mouth, man. Like that dev shit really put a bad taste in my mouth. So I don't know. Dr. Sheba, good to see you in here, dog. All right, so I'm about to get up out of here, man, and I don't know, man. The market just be so boring these days, bro. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Not getting shook out. Don't really care about this dip right now. Still doing research, which I've showed you guys. A whole new emerging narrative. We went over everything. We looked at ZBCN. We looked at ZBCN beta plays. We looked at low caps, micro caps within these sectors. We talked about the tariffs and how the court is going against the tariffs. Trump is trying to implement the tariffs. They can't get that shit together. We talked about a lot. Black from Black Rule Vesting. He was leading the charge on Zebek. I don't really want to just I don't really want to collab with nobody on with Zebek, bro, because I don't really want to like I don't want nobody to think like I'm just jumping on the Zebek bandwagon, bro. The only reason I started really doing content, it took me a while, is because the community requested it, right? And it's like, okay, the community is crested it, cool. ACH trade says I don't even the comment threw me the fuck off. But I was just like, I don't know. I'm talking about it because I know 70% of the community in the Discord owns that token. Literally all day they talk about ZBCN. So I was like, I'll do some content. I'll keep up with it. I'll drop some stuff here and there for you guys. But that's it. Your ACH trade sucks, bro. I don't even know. ACH, do I hold ACH? Ruel Black. I'm gonna subscribe to him right now. I don't even. All right, we got some Nine hours ago, he did a stream with like 2 hours. The Real Black. Click on this video and see what's going on. I subscribed to him though. Let's see what he talking about. My bad. I was looking at his channel. I was checking out his channel, guys. I was checking out his channel. Nah, channel's pretty dope. He does more than ZBN, CN. Check him out. Zebek unlock should dump the price. Yeah, they got a couple unlocks coming. I think, like I said, guys, I did a full report on ZBCN. They got a couple unlocks coming. But it's not much. It's not much. And then once it's done, it's over with. It's fully diluted now. Everything's in the market, so you won't have to worry about unlocks any longer. But yeah. We already know that real raw assets in the global remittance revolution is going to send these payment DeFi tokens, right? And the reason is, guys, like I said, that, and I made this point again in the video that I made earlier, right? Perfect example. If Maria in Texas wants to spend $500, was to send $500 to her family in the Philippines, she pays $32 in fees, 6.5% average, waits 3 to 5 business days. Her family loses another 15 to 20 in local exchange rate markups. The entire process requires multiple intermediaries taking their cut along the way. So this is the current remittance reality, right? The reality is that like this shit makes billions of dollars in fees, right? And then if it's an emergency, the person who has to wait 3 to 5 business days. So these projects like Zebek, XRP, XLM, XP, all these payment DeFi projects, they're disrupting this industry, right? And they're gonna kill off billions of dollars in those fees, right? And the thing about it is that I like about Zebek, if they're partnered with Circle, so they don't have to use their native token to actually, to pay out, right, on payroll. They can pay out in the dollar, which is USDC, right? It's pegged to the dollar, right? And the cool thing about it is whenever someone swipes the card or utilizes their card on one of those POSs, or maybe they have a Zebek card, they earn Zebek, so it makes it a DPIN project as well. But this is where RWA meets remittances in a powerful way. Instead of just sending fiat currency, imagine Maria could send tokenized representations of real estate, stock portfolio tokens. What we're already seeing this happen with Ondo. We're already seeing this happen. We already seeing multiple projects get into tokenizing real estate, commodity tokens, right, and even energy credits, right, which I think Velo is doing this right here. So this isn't just about payments anymore. It's about transferring actual economic value and opportunity across borders instantly and cheaply. And think about what the Zebek team said in that space, because I listened to the space and they said they were specifically targeting the younger crowd, is because 60, well, it's like 65% of the younger generation, they're bankless. They don't even use banks. So you can see clearly that they're literally walking us into the land of digital assets, the age of digital assets. And these are why these projects kind of like fall into that specific niche. Now I seen the clown comment when he said ACH, and it's like, bro, when did I ever fucking say I held ACH? I made a video explaining to you, if you feel like, hey, ZBN is, how many people in the comments is, oh, ZBN already flying, I don't want to buy it. Well, there's beta plays. And hey, there's beta plays that have even smaller market caps than these two. These two are just listed on top centralized exchanges, and they haven't had their pump yet. Remember, these aren't just payment tokens, they're infrastructure plays for the RWA revolution. Okay? And this is how that emerging revolution will happen. The phase that we're in now is the payment infrastructure, which establishes the rails. Phase 2, RWA tokenization explodes, needs settlement layers. Phase 3, RWA becomes the primary form of cross-border value. And we're investing in the infrastructure before the massive demand hits. Right? So think about it. When someone in Nigeria wants to send value to family in Canada, instead of converting to Naira, USD, CAD, losing 6 to 8% in the process, they could tokenize Nigerian real estate that automatically converts to Canadian property, agriculture commodity tokens that hedge against local inflation, energy infrastructure tokens that generate yield in both locations. This isn't speculation. Pilot programs are already running in Southeast Asia, Velo, education sectors, ZBCN Science Card, which we just seen them acquire, and global merchant networks, ACH, 173 country reach. So the clown in the comments, right? I'm gonna just start calling the dudes clowns, right? The clown in the comments made a comment on some shit he don't know what he talking about, right? And then if you go look at ACH in their integrations and partnerships, it's more than any other token out there. Any other token out there. You can go check it out yourself. Right? Payment infrastructure plays aren't just moving money. They're about controlling the rails for a 2.3 trillion RWA market that needs to move seamlessly across borders. It's just too clunky. It either takes too long, The fees are too much, right? And it just doesn't make sense, right? Unless you're sending large amounts of money. And you can't even send like real estate in a tokenized form or none of that shit traditionally, right? Every tokenized real estate transaction, every cross-border commodity trade, every international RWA investment will need settlement infrastructure. Right now, what we're doing with these payment DeFi tokens is we're positioning in the three most strategic projects, right? So again, to the clown in the comments, global scale. ACH's Visa MasterCard integration equals RWA settlement at traditional finance scale. Specialized markets. ZBCN's education focus equals IP tokenization and academic RWAs. Regional dominance. Velo's SEA position agriculture and energy RWA hotbed. The problem is most investors will only see these as payment tokens, but they're missing the RWA infrastructure angle entirely. So to the clown in the comments, right? I'm talking to you. You're missing this because you wanted to be a clown. You probably was a class clown in school, right? But in this class, if you ain't got to be in it. Actually, the door right there, the door, and you can head out. We ain't asking you to be here. All right, Mr. Clown. Bought machine exchange coin XC project bought debt. Where you at? Ain't nobody asked you to drop 10 bands in ACH, bro. I don't even where you get my call from? When I told you to buy ACH? God damn, I just made my first video on YouTube about the payment DeFi narrative. And now you came in my chat saying my call was bad. Your ACH trade sucks, bro. What trade? It's the first time I ever talked about it on my channel. It's always one person, bro. It always got when we have a stream, it's always gonna be that one person, bro. Bought machine exchange coin, MXC, IoT projected. Come on, man. Come on. What it does, you good, Billy. I told you to buy ACH. That's crazy. Because that's crazy. Because unless you're in the Patreon, you ain't even get the full report. This is the full report, by the way. So I created a full report on ACH, ZBCN, and Velo comparative analysis. And if you ain't in the Patreon, you ain't get this. And the only way to see this part was being in the Patreon again. And this is why I don't really like sharing shit like this, but this was the conclusion and investment recommendations from my model. But if you're in the Patreon, there is a disclaimer, right? This analysis for informational purposes only does not constitute financial advice. Crypto and currencies carry significant risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Conduct through due diligence before making investment. So I didn't even share this. Right, on the YouTube channel, right? I think I just kind of talked about each one separately, right? And then I had already posted this inside the Patreon, right? So again, like in the Patreon, you do get exclusive content, and I did a in-depth research paper here about ACH and ZBCN. The thing about it is, guys, I don't know how you watched the video yesterday and said, okay, I'm gonna put 10K into ACH, and then the next day it didn't do nothing. So now it's a bad call. That's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't think I ever seen you before. But if you are in exclusive groups, whatever. But I don't remember you. I just don't remember you. Who's share this tab instead. Yeah, I don't remember you, man. Yeah, MXE isn't that on crypto.com. I'm really on joking, bro. I just wanted to raise your blood pressure. I'm joining your group, man, soon. I just did 100,000 DCA. What you DCA in yesterday? Hypnotic group. Yeah, you joking around. I just want to raise your blood pressure. Oh, you needed a response. Oh, it's all good, bro. We needed. I told you it was boring today in the market, right? We've been going for almost 2 hours, right? And it's boring. It's been a boring day in the market. So I already know somebody had to come and be like, yeah, I'm about to trigger Millie. It's time to trigger Millie. Let's get this. Let's get dog hype. Let's get dog hype real quick. Let's get him to rant. Ultramod, you did a good job. Osmosis to stake on Ledger. I haven't. I forgot Osmosis. What? Osmosis. I should still have some Osmosis airdrop to something. I think that was one of the things that we was trying to was it milk? Was it milk? I don't fucking remember, man. We done did so much. Asia actually buy PNG low cap gems. Utility on AVEX is going to 20. ACH sucks. You think it sucks? Oh no, a lot of people. God, look, let me tell y'all something, bro. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. Every token sucks until it doesn't suck. This is Casper. This has some of the best partnerships in the world, and you'll probably still see people making these weird ass what's it called, mystery conspiracy theory videos, right? You'll probably see a lot of people making these videos on Casper, right? Right now you would say, oh, Casper is terrible, it's a bad token, it's this, it's that, it's bad, right? You would be like, oh, Casper is bad, whatever, Casper is not a good token, right? And then 3 months from now, when Casper jumps up 500-600%, right? Because this narrative takes off, these utility tokens start to take off because of the partnerships, right? When you look at the partnerships and some of the stuff that Casper is doing, you like, damn, they partnered with gas stations, all type of shit. Why is this project not doing good? Sometimes it just takes patience, right? At some point, people thought Zebek was over with. You know what I mean? I remember Zebek when it was ZBC because it was listed on crypto.com and crypto.com had to do a migration. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about when XCN was literally dead. XCN looked literally like this, and everybody was trying to connect the JP Morgan connect the JP Morgan dots and all that extra shit, right? And then out of nowhere, it pumps thousands of percent. I'm saying that to say this. Don't be surprised when you see these utility tokens with these super connected partnerships out of nowhere start sending. Don't be surprised. And the same thing could be said for something like ACH. Yeah, it might feel like it sucked now, like, oh, it's a stable coin, it's not doing something. But look at the fundamentals. Look at the fundamentals here. Look at where this thing is, where it's integrated traditionally and Web3. These are all their partners. So yeah, the price action sucks right now. But all it takes is something to hype this up, like we seen with XCN, like we seen Zebek. I remember when everybody was bearish on those tokens. People was calling Zebek a scam because of the token migration. And out of nowhere, it just exploded. People was, oh, XCN, JP Morgan gave up on them, it's over with. And then it exploded. Do not doubt these tokens that have these delusional communities and these super integrated partnerships, man. Because when they have these hate rallies, they literally make millionaires. So I'm not gonna get up here and say ACH sucks. That chart doesn't even look that bad when you think about it, but I see the potential. And then I understand I understand now the lore and why people love XRP and why they are so bullish on it. Go study global remittance, man. Go study it. Go study this shit, man. Study it. And how clunky it is, how non-reliable it is, how slow it is, how costly it is, right? And like I said, I don't even hold ACH. I just want to make sure that my community understands that, hey, if I'm priced out as a Zebek, and I'm not saying you are, because it can probably go higher, but if you feel like you priced out, there's other beta plays within that niche that haven't had their move yet. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. That's the whole point. You can take it how you want to take it. PNG. Bro, how can you get over 4% flying on the USD directly? Yeah, a lot of people do that, man. A lot of people, when like in times of the market like this, hypnotic, where things are just quiet and they don't want to like lose money in the casino or do perp trading and stuff like that on Solana. If you got a substantial stack sitting in stable coins, why not put that to work? Why not put that to work? It's the same thing I do in the Tau. If you hold Tau, and I can't stress this enough, if you hold Tau, why are you not staking your Tau in the root? There is no limit to how long you got to hold it. You can take it and move it freely. Why the fuck are you holding Tau and you not staking into root and earning that passive income? Doesn't make sense, right? 15 pounds down, Millie, by the way, getting very healthy. That's good. Love to see that. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Hate equals money. That's true. Hyperliquid HLP Vault gets 15% on USDC. Maybe I need to head over there to Hyperliquid. God damn. You lost 15 pounds, man. I'm happy you did, bro. PNG, Pangolian. Isn't this a DEX on what is this? Isn't this a DEX for AVAX? Oh yeah, it's a DEX for AVAX. Okay, yeah. If you're bidding on AVAX ecosystem, right? And again, it takes 5 seconds, guys. 5 seconds to check these things. Okay, I want to see if AVAX ecosystem TVL is actually rising. Let's go to overview. Let's go to Avalanche. Where's Trader Joe's? GMX is on AVAX. AVAX stablecoin market cap. Faro Exchange. Yeah, the TVL is rising. So I mean, if you're bidding on that, cool. 1 million in volume. Yeah, so if you're bidding that AVAX is about to explode, and you always want to bet on the top DEX, the top AMM liquidity provider, the top meme coin, and then the top AI coin. Is very, very simple. So I haven't used PNG myself, but you know, if this is something that you have conviction on, I don't want to steer you away, sir. Dex on AVAX. Yeah, it's a Dex on AVAX. I'm gonna enjoy you today, finally, bro. That's what's up, hype hypnotic game. Appreciate you. Okay, I was looking for it, Esco. I'm like, man, where the hell is Trader Joe's at? Oh, okay, they changed the name. That's why I was thrown off. I'm like, they changed the name to LFJ? Yeah, Trader Joe would be my bet, but the charts look almost identical, right? They look almost identical, so there's a good chance that when AVAX explodes, both of these could probably do well. Trader Joe is down 90%, and PNG is down 90%. So there you have it. There you have it. Yeah, I didn't know that they rebranded. Something I can't keep up with everything. It's too much shit going on in crypto. I didn't know Trader Joe's rebranded. I haven't done anything on Avalanche Chain since Bloodloop. No, what was it? Bloodloop and some AI agent token that I put a little money in, but besides, I think it was BLS and another token. But I haven't done anything on AVAX since Bloodloop. Man, I'm with you. I'm trying to turn that 10K into 100K too, baby. Let's go. Nice copies. Yeah, I did not know that they rebranded. Hey man, don't need to explain. Only 2 to 3x and PNG will 4 to 7x. Well, yeah, that's what I mean by explode, right? I think AVAX is limited as far as potential. It's always a big market cap, right? I agree. It's limited, right? What's this, $9 billion market? Yeah, all AVAX got to do is 2 to 5x, 2 to 5x. That's what I mean by explode. This shit's sitting at a $9 billion market cap. So 2 to 5x would be an explosion for such a big market cap. But if that happens, the tokens within the ecosystem will do well. They will. They will. And specifically the top dexes, because it's going to be a lot of movement and liquidity rotations between Avalanche and probably Avalanche meme coins and gaming tokens, because I think that's what's big on AVAX is gaming and meme coins. So you'll start to see a lot of that activity and traction on the dexes, which will cause price appreciation for the dexes. So yeah, it doesn't need much. Avalanche needs to do a 2 to 5x, and you should see a very, very healthy ecosystem. I agree 110%. He said shield me. Yeah, man, you can shield your coins, guys. There's nothing going on really in the market. Feel free to shield your coins. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Somebody got to find a way about them. Yeah, I find a lot of coins from y'all sometimes, man. Y'all be putting some good shit in the chat sometimes. I really am probably gonna see your videos. ZBCN took me a couple days to watch it. Really watched it now. So man, bought some last. Oh, bro. Saruku. Come on, man. I'm a content creator, bro. I got to talk about what's hype, but I still got to give a non-biased outlook towards ZBCN. But you watched the video, you got sold. So that means I did something right. And trust me, it took me a while to come across, right? Because I'm like, ZBCN, it doesn't really have its own chain. It's on Solana. I don't know. It's a Solana token. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with it being part of the Solana ecosystem, but the utility and use case really screams have its own chain, right? And to me, it does. But that's just my opinion, right? But it's okay. That doesn't mean it can't do well, right? Jasmy is an ERC20 token. It did a 20x this cycle, right? Maybe it goes higher, maybe it doesn't, but it did a 20x. So we don't know how high We'll go. And I thought about it when I was making the video. I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm making this video just because it's pumping, because I don't own enough for it to significantly matter for me. But I'm true to my community. And I know a lot of my fucking community bought ZBCN when it was cheap. Really, really cheap. And they deserve that pump. They deserve that pump. So if I can help out the community make money, even if I'm not really making anything from it, I don't get paid for Zebek or none of that, I'll still help out, right? I'll still help ZBCN get exposure, because I know a lot of y'all hold it, regardless if I benefit from it or not, right? The only benefit I'm personally getting from it is the views, right? And building the community and building up the community through, maybe people from the Zebek community, and they might come hang around the channel and like what they see. But besides that, I don't benefit from anything from it from a monetary standpoint. Only networking. Me talking about Zebek really helps me specifically for networking, right? Somebody who has a crypto project might see me break down ZBCN or do a full review, and they might hit me up. Well, hey, Millie, we would like you to do a full review on our project. So that's how it helps me. It doesn't help me because I'm pumping my bags or I've been paid by Zebek. No and no. I'm more tailored to talking about this because I know a lot of the community that's been following me for a while, OGs, have bought this, and they bought in very, very low. So if I can help them pump their bags, even if I don't really get nothing from it, I'm cool with that, man. That's the least I can do. And that's why I decided to talk about it. Only is 97, 6% PNG, bro. Okay, so you hold ACH. That's what I use. Like, I'm pissed off at it, but you got 96% in PNG, but you must be an AVAX legend. You must be an AVAX legend to have. I don't know if I would have my portfolio set up like that, but salute to you, man. You got big kahunas for that type of portfolio. Hopefully you're practicing risk management and you're being responsible with your bag. Yeah, man. I'm not really getting nothing from talking about Zebek, sir. You know what I'm saying? I did that because the Discord and the people in the comments, they was like, Millie, talk about it. So I'm like, shit, I'll do a couple videos for y'all and break down what I actually see and how the utility and use case makes sense to me. And that was pretty much what it was. Now, Zebek, if you want to throw me a bag, right? You want to throw me a bag and you want to make this a consistent thing, come on with it, right? But I ain't never get a bag from Zebek. And I never fucking got a bag for Jasmy. For all the people who always thought I got paid by Jasmy and Doja Mars, never got paid by those. Ever. Ever. Would have been nice, but didn't happen. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Appreciate everybody that showed up to the stream. What a freaking day in crypto today. We got a little correction, a little bit of dip, but it's a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger. Don't let this shake you out. Don't let it freak you out. Bitcoin, as long as Bitcoin is holding 93, we're good. Specific, maybe 80. We can go as low as 84 technically. I think we still be bullish. Hold on, let me make sure. And pay attention to that Bitcoin dominance. All right, let's go to the Gossen channel. See how far can we go before we become a little bit bearish. Before we break the trend, would be the low 72,000. So, yep. As of now, right, historically speaking, right, as long as we can hold 72,000, we're still bullish. That's crazy, right? And we're all the way up here at 105. So everybody freaking out for what? I don't fucking know. As long as we can hold 72, technically, the bull market is still bullish. Now, as far as Bitcoin's personal momentum, let's check out the bull market support bands. All right, and yep, 93. So I said it. I just guessed that based off the 21-day EMA, and the bull market band sits right at the 21-day EMA, which is 93. So if we do have a correction, we need to make sure that we hold 93,000, guys. So we can hold 93. We're okay. We're okay. So if Bitcoin goes below 100K, it's not over with. If it goes below 100K, it's not over with. The Bitcoin bands are sitting at 93. The median of the Gaussian channel was sitting at 72. The 50-day is sitting at 81. And I know the 200-day got to be somewhere around like between 80 and 72. Right? I don't think it's below 72. So, yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay. This is okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. What's up, Sinku? I don't really post in the Discord. The Discord is more like for everybody else. I don't really do a lot in the Discord. I post consistently in the Patreon and the J5 Council. The Discord is like a conversation. People can have a conversation. They can post whatever they post. They can shill whatever they want to shill. It's free. But like exclusively speaking, my exclusive content comes from the Patreon and the J5 Council. I got in on AVAX at $9 when it was pumped to 55, cashed out ever since then. That's my eco. Oh, well, then that's good. Yeah, you're an AVAX legend. You're an AVAX legend. You're an AVAX whale, right? You're an AVAX whale, man. So you're good. Of course, you're going to have a lot of money embedded into the ecosystem. 96% of your portfolio. You're an AVAX whale. You made buku. What, you made 20 G's with AMAX. That's what's up, man. I can use 20 G's right now. Let me get off this so I can get into the trenches, man. You just motivated me to get into the trenches. All right, guys. I know I said that like 3 times, but we've been going for 2 hours. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Keep your head high. Don't let this scare you out the market. We talked about so much today. We went over so much shit. Like and subscribe. I'll be back on the camera soon. I'm not going anywhere. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one. Hold on. I got one more comment coming in. ZBCN skyrocketing. I am going to wait. Yeah. And rewatch the stream or watch the video I made yesterday. There's beta plays that you can look at for short-term opportunity within the same niche. Payment DeFi, global remittance, and point of sale. So just keep that in mind. All right, Ultramind. Appreciate you having you on the stream. Siku. Love you guys. Enjoy your weekend, right? Isn't it Friday? Friday, fast running, independent day, and aggressive every day. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Touch grass. Don't let this stress you out. Don't. This is bullshit going into the weekend. Let it go. Not a lot of volume. It's okay. We'll find out how the market wants to react to this tariff news and the government going at Trump and all this. We'll see. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you the next one.